Nakamute po, Miss
Okay, do you
Rhedlene.
see my screen?
Yes, ma'am, we can already see it.
Okay. Now, before we start, I want to ask you, is my audio loud and clear on your end?
Yes, ma'am, it's loud and clear.
Okay. Now, let's start. I just want to ask a question before we go with our topic. Do you think you have experienced good or bad flow of communication? Have you ever experienced that?
Both. We experience both.
Both. Correct,
Yes.
ma'am.
Well, what will you pick if ever you converse with someone? Do you think you want to have a good flow of communication or bad flow of communication?
Of course, ma'am, we
Good.
do want to have a good flow of communication.
Okay, thank you. Um, let's talk about how important a good flow of communication is. The flow of communication is essential to maintain a strong and sensible communication. So, of course, for us to have a sensible communication, we have to have a good flow of communication. That's why for today, our topic is about coordinating conjunctions. Are you familiar with coordinating conjunction? Anyone? Have you tackled it already on your previous grades?
Yes, ma'am, we are. I am
Okay.
familiar with that.
Now, let's define first what is coordinating conjunction. Anyone who wants to read the first slide? Okay, Miss Lian, please proceed.
Coordinating conjunctions are words that link words, phrases, or clauses of equal importance. There are special rules for using commas with coordinating conjunctions.
Okay, as you can see on the screen, coordinating conjunction are words. So it means they are only words that link words, phrases, or clauses. They are only words, but they can link words, phrases, or clauses of equal importance. But aside from that, we have to remember that there are special rules when we are using commas with coordinating conjunction. As we go further, we will tackle about that. Now let's proceed with the first example or first conjunction, coordinating conjunction. Who wants to read the first one? Okay, Miss Christine, please proceed.
And. And is used to join two sentences together in order to avoid repeating words that appear in both to link ideas.
Okay, thank you. Please take down notes, okay? Because there are words or there are things that is not indicated in the PowerPoint, but it's important. Now, when we say and, as you can see, it is used to join two sentences together in order to avoid the repetition of words. They are both ideas or sentences, and they just happen to be repeating if ever we will not use the coordinating conjunction and. Now let's proceed with our example. For example, there is please follow my cursor. There is a library, the first independent sentence, and then the second independent sentence is there is a restaurant. Of course, this is both independent sentences. To be able to link these two together to avoid repetition, we will use the coordinating conjunction and. There is a library and there is a restaurant. Now, the result is there is a library and a restaurant. Now let's proceed with another example. So these examples are already joined together by using the word and. Jasmine's sister lives and works in Paris. So the independent sentences of this sentence is Jasmine's sister lives in Paris. The second one is Jasmine's sister works in Paris. The second one, my father and brother are both engineers. My father is engineer. My brother is engineer. My father and brother are both engineers. Now, with the third one, I want to ask someone, is anyone can um Separate the one sentence that we have created using the coordinating conjunction and. The third one, Simon plays video games and watches TV every night. Who wants to volunteer? Okay, Miss Lian, please proceed.
Do I have to separate the sentences, ma'am?
Yes po.
Okay. Simon plays video games. Simon watches TV every night.
Okay, thank you. Very good. That's great. Is there any question in using and in joining two sentences?
It is clear, ma'am. We don't have any question.
Okay, now let's go with the rules when we are using comma together with conjunction. Using a comma instead of and. So we said earlier that and is used to avoid repetition. So what will happen if there are more than two items? So we will use a comma to replace the and. For example, there's a library, a store, and a cafe. If there is only two items, of course, we will not use the comma. But since there is three items, the library, the store, and a cafe, we will use the comma and then the end. Is it clear? Okay, let's proceed now. Okay, thank you. Let's proceed now with the second coordinating conjunction. Miss Jim Christine, can you read the first one? This one.
Or, or it is more often used to list two or more choices or alternatives.
Okay. There is two ways of using or, as you can see on the definition. So let's focus first on the first use of or. Or is used when we are illustrating or having a choices or alternatives. Look at here the example. Do you want to go to Germany or France? Of course, this is choices or alternatives. So we will use the coordinating conjunction or. And then the second one is there is anyone who wants to read the second one? Miss Jing Zhao, please read this one.
Or can also be used to work about the sorry,
Consequences.
the consequence, usually negative or of an action.
Okay, thank you. So as what Jing Zhao have read, so we are using or when we are talking about the consequences. So take note that consequences, the coordinating conjunction, we use or when we are talking about consequences of an action, and it is mostly usually on negative. So for example, don't be late or you will miss the train. So don't be late is the action and then the consequences is you will miss the train. So this is negative consequences. So we are using the coordinating conjunction or. Is the use of coordinating conjunction or clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Lian, can you define or tell to us what are the two use of coordinating conjunction or?
Or is often used to list two or more choices or alternatives, while the other one it can also be used to talk about consequences, negative, usually negative of an action.
Okay, thank you. I think you really understand the use of coordinating conjunction or. Now let's proceed with the third one. We have and or, and now we have nor. Okay, usually people or students or even me before I am confused how to use or and nor, but not when I studied about it. Now nor shows that two or more things are not true or do not happen. After nor, use a positive form of verb and invert the verb as for the question. For example, I've never eaten lobster nor do I want to. It says here that two or more things are not true or do not happen. I have never eaten lobster. I've never eaten lobster. It means it didn't happen because I've never. And then the second one is nor do I want to. It says here that nor use a positive form of verb. So after nor, we have to use a positive form of verb. This is positive, of course, because it has do. It has the word do and not don't. And then the second one, he can play the guitar, nor can he sing. So, this one, he can play the guitar, it means it didn't happen because he can play the guitar. And then we use the conjunction nor to show that this is a positive form of verb. Okay? Do you understand? Now, I want to call Miss Jim Christine. When do we use nor? The coordinating conjunction nor.
We use the coordinating conjunction nor to show that the two or more things are not true or do not happen, while the other one is the other nor is that we use nor to use as a positive form of verb.
Okay. Thank you. Great. And now, do you have any question about nor? Coordinating nor?
I don't have any questions.
Okay, now let's proceed. Okay, how many coordinating conjunctions we have? And, or, nor, and the fourth one is but. Miss Jing Shao, can you read the PowerPoint presentation, the slide?
But is used to join a positive statement to a negative statement, or to show a contrast between two clauses.
Okay, thank you. Now we use but to join a positive statement to a negative statement. So it means but will be used when we have positive and negative statement, or to show a contrast or opposition between two clauses. For example, there's a hotel, there isn't a store. So what is the positive sentence, positive statement here? There's a hotel or there isn't a store? Anyone? What is the positive statement?
There is a hotel.
Okay, very good. There is a hotel. Now, the negative statement is there isn't a store. So to be able to join this positive and negative statement, we will use the coordinating conjunction but. There's a hotel, comma, but there isn't a store. Now, with the second one, my daughter likes to eat apples. She doesn't like pears. The positive sentence here is, my daughter likes to eat apples. And the negative statement is, she doesn't like pears. To join this positive statement and negative statement, we have to use the coordinating conjunction but. So the result is, my daughter likes to eat apples, comma, but she doesn't like pears. Is there any question how to use but?
No question, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Now let's proceed with the fifth coordinating conjunction we have. We are going to have yet. Miss Jim Christine, can you read the slide?
Yet has a similar meaning to but. It is used when something happens in spite of something else, or is when something is true, even though it seems to contradict something else.
Okay, thank you. Now, mostly people are confused how to use yet and but. So yet has a similar meaning to but. It is used when something happened in spite of something else, or is when something is true even though it seems to contradict something else. So as you can see in the explanation here, but is used when we are joining a positive statement and a negative statement or to show contrast. But when we are using yet, we are using it to be able to show that something happens in spite of something else, to show contradicting statement or contradicting events. Again, but is used to show positive statement and negative statement joined together. And then the yet coordinating conjunction is used to show that something is contradicting something else. So for example, it is a warm day, yet Raymond's wearing a coat. Now, why is it contradicting and why we use yet? It is because it is a warm day, so it means it is sunny day. Now, we use yet because it is contradicting with another statement. Yet Raymond's wearing a coat. Because we are wearing a coat only when it is, yes, it is cold. And then the second one is George lives in the countryside, comma, yet he works in nearby city. So this is contradicting because countryside is the rural part area of a country or a region. And we use yet because he works in nearby city. He works in the city. It is the urban area of a region or a country. So it is quite contradicting. Again, but is used to join a positive statement to a negative statement, while yet is used when something is true even though it seems to contradicting something else. Is the use of coordinating conjunction yet clear?
Yes, ma'am, it is clear po.
Okay, now I want to call Miss Lian. Can you tell me when we are using yet?
It is sort of similar to but it is used when something happens in spite of something else, or it is used when something is true, even though seems to contradict something else.
Okay, thank you. Now let's proceed. The last one is the coordinating conjunction. So, Miss Jing Zhao, can you read the PowerPoint presentation, the slide?
Okay. So is a conjunction. It is used to show that something happens as a construction of something else.
Okay, thank you. Now let's proceed. So is a conjunction. It is used to show that something happens as consequence of something else. So we use so to show that it is something happens, there is an event, and then there is a consequence. For example, it was lovely day, so we went for a walk. Lovely day is the event or the happenings. And then the consequence is we went for a walk. And then the second one is my house is a mess. So I spent the weekend cleaning. The event or the what is happening is his house is a mess. And then the consequence is he has to spend the weekend cleaning. So we are using the coordinating conjunction. So now, do you have question how to use coordinating conjunction? So
No, ma'am, we don't have any questions.
okay, thank you. Do you think we can proceed now?
Yes, ma'am, we can proceed po.
Now, since we have tackled about the coordinating conjunction, that we have the 6 coordinating conjunction, let's talk about the rules that implied when we are using comma with coordinating conjunction. Okay, using commas with coordinating conjunction. Miss Jim Christine, can you read the first example given?
It was raining and there was lightning.
Okay. I want you to take note of this, okay? Okay, the first rule when we are using commas with coordinating conjunction, we will going to use comma after the coordinating conjunction. So as you can see here, it was raining, comma, and then the coordinating conjunction end. We can't use comma after the coordinating conjunction end. It is always on before the coordinating conjunction. Again, we can't use comma after the coordinating conjunction. We are before. Again, is there anyone who can repeat the first rule? Okay, I think we should emphasize this one. Okay, the first one, it was raining, comma, and there was lightning. So the first rule, we have to use comma before the conjunction. So it means we are just going to use comma before the conjunction. We cannot put it after or yes, after. We are going to use comma before the coordinating conjunction. Okay, when do we use coordinating conjunction? In the first example, before or after the coordinating conjunction? When do we use comma?
Before the conjunction.
Okay, thank you. So I think you understand the first rule. Now the second rule, I'm going to wear jeans and a shirt. Now here, as you can see, we are not using a comma because comma is not needed when we are talking about two items only. We have jeans and we have a shirt. So of course, it is only two items. We can already use and we don't have to use comma. And then the third rule, would you like tea, coffee, or juice? We are using commas before the coordinating conjunction or. And we are using comma because this is more than two items. There is tea, coffee, or juice. We have three items, so we have to use comma. Again, the first one, we have to use comma before the conjunction. The second one, we don't have to use comma if there is only two items. And the third one, we have to use comma if there is more than three items. Okay? Now, what are the coordinating conjunction we have talked about? Is there any volunteer who wants to answer? Okay, Ms. Lian, please proceed.
The coordinating conjunctions that we have tackled are and, or, nor, but, yet, and so.
Very good. Another one. Miss Jim Christine, what are the coordinating conjunction we have tackled?
Um, and, or, nor, but, yet, and so.
Okay, Miss Jim. Thank you, Miss Jim Christine. Now, Miss Jing Xiao, please enumerate all of the coordinating conjunctions we have.
Um, and all no, but yet so.
Okay, thank you. Do you have any question?
No, ma'am.
Clarification? Okay, now before we end this meet, I want you to answer some exercises. Okay, the first one, who wants to answer? You just okay, the direction, the instruction is you just have to pick the corresponding coordinating conjunction that we have to use. So the first statement, is there anyone who wants to answer the first one?
Let me try to answer the first, ma'am.
Okay. Okay,
My
proceed.
television doesn't work, nor does my stereo.
Okay, that's the answer. Thank you. Very good. My television doesn't work, nor does my stereo, because there is a positive statement here, and then there is something that didn't happen. Now, the second one. Is there anyone who wants to answer the second one?
Can I try, ma'am?
Yes, sure, Miss Jim Christine.
I've asked him to be quiet, and yet he continues to talk during lessons.
Okay, very good. That's the answer, yet. Thank you. Now the third one. Miss Jingzhao, do you want to answer? It's okay. It's okay to have mistakes. It's
I
fine.
I work outside, but I have to be that I don't get sunburned.
Okay, you use the coordinating conjunction, but it is possible, yes, but there is, thank you, it's a good try, thank you, very good. There is another coordinating conjunction that is really, correspond this statement. Do you think what it is?
I think let's end.
And,
Ma'am, is it
possible, yes.
the coordinating conjunction? So,
Okay, that's the answer, coordinating conjunction. So, thank you, Jim Christine. Thank you, Jing Xiao. Thank you, Lian. Now, these are the last statements. The first one, is there anyone who wants to answer?
I'm sorry.
Okay, Miss Lian, please.
my friends invited me out tonight, but I don't feel well enough to go.
Okay,
Am I
very good. That's the answer, but. Okay, the second one. Anyone who wants to try? Can you still hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, let's answer this. My friend does stop dancing. Blank, she doesn't do ballet. Okay, let's pick between, give me coordinating conjunction that you think. 2 or 3 coordinating conjunction that you think that will fit with this statement.
Yet,
Yet, another one.
So,
So, another one.
But
But. Now, what do you think is the, um, in those 3 that you have given to me, there is one correct answer. What do you think is that? Yet, so, or but? Any guess? I can see it. You're saying it already.
is it so?
No?
is it yes?
No? The
It
last
is
answer.
not.
It is
But
bad. Yes. This is a tricky question actually because the first time I answered this, I was wrong as well. And but it's a good try. The answer is but. So we have my friend does stop dancing, but she doesn't do ballet. So for the last one, thank you everyone for participating. Now with our last statement, is anyone who wants to answer?
Called earlier.
my sister called me earlier and told me she's pregnant. Am I
Very
right?
good. Yes. We are using the coordinating conjunction and. So that's the end of our exercise, our topic. Is there any question or clarification?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Since you don't have question or clarification, I think this is enough. Thank you for today. I hope you learned something. Thank
Thank you,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.